Hey y'all, I'm out here at this park. Don't leave, buddy. All the wishes and dreams come true. I just wanted to show you him or her, but he's been sitting here for a while. And then I want to show you something else. Oh, he's gone. I have to insert the clip. Guess he didn't want to be on video. I have to insert the clip of the beautiful bunny rabbit. He sat there for a while. Like, y'all, I've been standing out here for like 5-10 minutes. No, it's been at least probably 10 minutes chilling because I got a couple minute video where I actually have the rabbit on there. It was a beautiful thing. Just sitting there. We just sitting there like taking it in, feeling each other. You know what I'm saying? And I was saying on the previous clip, he wasn't nothing but, he or she, whatever. It wasn't nothing but like, less than 15, 20 feet away. I said 30, I think, in the other clip, but it probably wasn't even that far away. Anyway, but the interesting thing what made me even get out this camera to record, because I had my other phone, is the fact that when I was looking at it, we had a moment, and I believe it telepathically, honestly, said, look, and I'm going to show you what it said to look at. Let me see. It said to look left, and this is what it said to look at. How do I feel about that? I don't know. I'm digesting that. And that's the whole point of me even coming out here, is I know this is ancestral land. Y'all hold on for a minute. As I was saying, there's going to be so many people walking by. I guess this is the hot spot. But I know this is ancestral land because as I was pulling in, I told y'all I got a visit from a cardinal. And generally that is a loved one, your ancestor coming through to say that they're here, they're alive in the flesh, in the presence, and surrounding you and bringing you love, whatever loving energy that you need at that moment. And like I was saying before in the clip of the rabbit, as I was pulling in, it was just so many signs and synchronicities that were going on and that were letting me know. First of all, I was divinely guided to even come to this particular place. I've always wanted to come and see, you know, just what it's about. And you're going to have to excuse because there are all kind of airplanes and stuff flying over. So that's going to be in and out of the video. I do apologize, but I just pray you can still hear me. So I was divinely guided to even come in the first place. It has always been a place that I wanted to just come and kind of connect with to see because I've been led here. So I know it's for a reason. It's such a large area, vast, very, very vast area. It's a battlefield. So you already know how that goes. And I know plenty of us have lost loved ones that have likely shed blood on this very land, right? Battling for what, really, when you think about it, you know? Oh, wow, Spirit. That's the epiphany I'm getting right now in this very moment is that I'm trying to keep my crown covered. Hold on, let me adjust myself. Okay, so what was I saying? So basically, I was divinely guided to even come here in the first place. I've known that is not even was, but is a place that I needed to visit because, as I was saying, it's definitely divinely connected to our ancestors. I mean, and to think about the fact that they even battled, like lost their lives, a lot of them shed blood, like I said, on this land, and for what, really? This is just deep, but just go with me. I know it's more than just freedom as we know it. Yes, it's for freedom, but it's not even the freedom that man thinks of. We all know that this is more than just anything that we battle here. Well, you should know anything that is battled here is more than just battle between man. I picked a perfect spot, and I generally always do. And the funny thing is, no matter what, like when I first came here, this is kind of side note because I digress because I keep having to stop because there's this one, that one, and the other coming from all different directions, like distractions to keep me from even doing this video. To try to, let me put it like that because it's gonna get done. But it's funny. It's really, really funny, and I'm trying to laugh my way through it because I was just told anyway, just naturally by my light, that no matter where I go, I'm going to draw them unto me, right? So I just find that very interesting because when I first pulled up and when I got that whole, I don't know, 2-minute maybe footage of me kind of talking and doing it, not even the intro, but just talking about what made me even come to this particular area with the rabbit and all that, and the synchronicities and everything that I'm trying to get into. It's just funny because I was like alone, like literally alone. The only car here. Yes, it's a trail, so there's people coming and going and everything, and which I kind of expected. And the way that I'm headed, the direction I'm headed, it's approaching the tourist visitor center. So I mean, I didn't expect anything less, but it's just funny because it went from none to packed. You see what I'm saying? And then it's like nobody was even like, yes, people are running and jogging and moving about because it is a trail, it's a natural trail. But there wasn't anybody not like this, And as soon as I whipped out the camera, even when I stood there and got the rabbit, it was nobody. It was probably 2 people that came by. One of the joggers was in front of me as I was driving in, so I really didn't even count him. But he is part of the 2 that I'm talking about. But anyway, and the other one kind of came through as I was recording watching rabbits standing there kind of us exchanging our vibes and stuff. It's just really, really funny. So I'm just like, what are y'all working on? Anyway, back to what I was saying coming in. So there was a lot of signs and synchronicities in the first place of me getting to this point. And I knew I was on the right track anyway, because like I said, Spirit has been putting this on my heart to even come here. And so I finally decided to do that today because I wanted to pay homage and kind of clear, break some chains, right? That's the main reason why I'm here. And speaking of that, like I was saying in the kind of intro or whatever with the rabbit, is that I do feel like there are generational, I don't really care to call them curses, but chains, that are meant to be broken. And being that as it is, the reason that I'm even here is that to pay homage to our ancestors, right? To those who have laid down their lives on the line for what the real bigger picture is. Like I was saying before I kept having to pause, and I'm sorry if this is choppy and all over the place. It's just that I have to regather all my thoughts. every time I have to pause. So anyway, but the freedom that they were fighting for is not this, not your typical idea of freedom, man freedom and freedom in this world. But at the same time, it is, because it's kind of along the same lines. When we think of freedom, at least for me personally, I can only speak for myself, but I'm sure I'm not alone in this ideology, because we have been brought up, you know. Let me go back. Let me before I get ahead of myself. The signs and synchronicities before even getting to this point. The first park that I went to, I just wasn't feeling it, and I was just like, nah, I was looking for something else to move me, right? It wasn't it. Love the park, but it wasn't it. And so that's when Spirit was telling me anyway before that to come to this place. But I was just like, well, the other place was closer, so let me just go check it out to see if there would be a spot where I can set up and record or whatever. And of course, no, because this is where they wanted me to be. So as I was driving from the other place, and I was stopped at a light, I see an armadillo. And sadly, it's just, whatever your perspective is. For it probably is relieved, bless his little heart, but because it's just transitioned on to somewhere else or into something else. Anyway, it was deceased on the side of the road. But I knew that was a sign for me. And so when I had a chance, I looked up the meaning, and it talks about digging for the truth and then taking that truth and kind of revolutionizing or starting a revolution, whatever that means. Basically attracting your tribe and masses and spreading that truth, right? Because again, I'm not the only one I know who feels feels the way that I feel, and knows. I know I'm not the only one on the same level, or on the same vibe or whatever. So anyway, then as I'm even digesting what I received from the armadillo message, I pull up and I find, when I come back to awareness, being in the moment, I see 666 on the back of the license plate in front of me. And of course, I'm well aware and familiar with that, but sixes is all about, and y'all don't fear that number. That's another thing. Speaking of digging for the truth, is that they have tried, and when I say they, generally I'm speaking of the so-called powers that be, or just society as a whole, and people who try to manipulate it negatively. But they want you to believe that 666 is so bad and it's a devilish number, when that is far from the truth. And in actuality, it is the complete opposite. See, anything inherently good, or I'm not talking about like good and bad, I'm talking about good and evil, okay? But so anything inherently good, to keep that love and light from being spread and uplifting the vibration of this earth, of this planet, they will do anything, and they being the evil powers that be, right? Try to manipulate things negatively. They will do anything in their power to keep that illusion going, so that you believe that anything good is bad, okay? Thereby perpetuating their evil, what's the word I need? Plan, I don't know, the cause, whatever. So what I'm trying to say is that just y'all really, 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 really reflect on what it is, like your beliefs, the things that you have been taught, because you may find that they are far, far, far from the truth, and far from what resonates deep down inside of you. And that's really all that matters, is what resonates with your soul, what you know to be true, no matter what anybody else has told you, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your mama, your daddy, your granny, your auntie, your uncle, whoever. How do you know that's true? Just because they told you, they ain't all right either. You know what I'm saying? So you cannot just take what somebody tells you and put it as facts. You can't. All that I know, you learn that all that you know, and they're saying, yes, baby, yes, spread that truth, spread that gospel. And all that I know is that I know nothing. Truly. What's really facts and what's really truth? The only real truth is what matters to you. That's the whole point I'm trying to get across. And I hope that's coming across like I'm trying to. But anyway, so as I'm pulling in this particular park and area, as I said before, because I'm repeating myself because I don't know if I'm going to insert that clip in here or not, but it doesn't matter. But as I'm entering, I'm trying to be in the moment and really reflect on how I'm feeling and what I'm feeling, you know, trying to digest that, I start to get chills, okay? Mind you, it's hot as hell out here, like hotter than Hades, okay? So I know that they're with me, right? And then I see a cardinal fly across because I'm driving in, and you know, you kind of got to drive slow because it is a trail as well. So the cardinal flies across in front of me, and that right there is an automatic symbol, you know, sign, synchronicity that our ancestors are here live and in the flesh. And I know that, and you know, I felt it even before that, which, you know, that was them. And so that lets me know that I'm in the right place. And I, you know, I knew that. I was just trying to be a little hard-headed, or not even just trying to be hard-headed on purpose, but whatever. So then as I pull in, and this area that I get to first, that I park in, I was like, this would be a perfect spot, more so because it was kind of shaded at first. And then there was nobody here. And I didn't even notice until I got out of the car that the rabbit was sitting there. And when I tell y'all, that rabbit, like, it was sitting there, and I got the picture and little video snippet and everything. But even before I even got my phone to record, we had been sitting there like 5-10 minutes prior, just vibing. You know what I'm saying? Talking. Like, so again, I know that's a sign of synchronicity. And rabbits, as you know, are signs of abundance, fertility, you know? So that's beautiful to see. But the fact that it was less than 15, 20 feet from me and just sat there chilling, like just watching me, just, again, vibing. I love it. But then when I finally decided to pull out this recorder, because I wanted to make sure I got good footage of this, it told me, Spirit told me, look left. And that's when I saw the sign. And there goes the cardinal. Y'all, I ain't even gonna try to get it. You just gotta believe me. You ain't gotta believe me. You ain't gotta believe shit. I don't care. But it's there. Because I know as soon as I try to turn, it's gonna be gone. Because it's for me. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, the sign. And it's immediately as I saw the sign, my feelings. There's always a bitter, slightly bitter taste in my mouth. There's a lizard. I don't know where it went. It moved really fast. It's another one, y'all. I mean, they just showing up and showing out. But there's always a bitter taste in my mouth, because when I think about what our ancestors really went through, knowing that that was me, you know what I mean? Like I don't even really know how to explain it. You just got to understand and be on a higher level and be able to go deep with me. As I was saying, even in one of the prettiest, yes, prettiest and previous videos, a lot of us have been here time and many lifetimes. And so we've experienced that same torment, right? And sadly enough, likely been on the other end of doing the tormenting, okay? And that's just part of it. You know, it all depends on where your soul lies. What, you know, what lessons, what things you have gone through. And I don't know that for you. You have to uncover that for yourself. But what I'm realizing is that to get past that, so that it's not continual hurt and pain. I mean, there's always going to be some scars and some wounds, but so that you don't continue to allow that evil to reign over you, or to keep you bound in fear, or to even control you. In order to release it, you have to get to a point of acceptance, right? That's part of it. Not only that, we keep talking about this care and compassion. And so that is important to have for not only the victims, but for the afflictors. And so to keep me from being in that place where I have so much anger to the point of I'm willing to draw blood and take revenge on whoever I see that resembles that particular evil spirit, because not all people, even because, you know, I'm trying to avoid from being from black and white. I really am, because it wasn't even just, y'all already know I ain't with that black and white, because those are colors. Those are not, they don't define people, okay? And I don't care who says what, but they don't. And so, and then and on top of that, it wasn't just people who look like me being afflicted or being tormented or being, we have our native brothers and sisters, right? We have, like I said in the other video, we have, our Latino, like all of us. And it's not even, that's why I'm saying it's not even about skin color, because even the ones that they try to pin us against, even the Caucasians. I'm just using the terminology that's already been put out there. Not that I agree with it, but I'm just saying so y'all get an understanding. Even the even the Chinese, even the Japanese, even whoever the heck you want to name, everybody has been in a position of being afflicted and tormented and ridiculed and shamed and defiled and all that stuff. Because, as I said in the previous video, we're all connected. And so it's really all a reflection of the way that we're treating Mother Earth Gaia. And until we really realize that, I don't know what to tell people.